Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope your Monday was good. Hope your weekend was good. We are at the end of January. So this is going to be Taurus, your monthly reading for February 2020. We will do 3 cards, 4 rows of 3 for each of the weeks in the month of February. It's actually a little less than that, but we're going to do it anyway. And 2 for overall, and I will let the oracle cards fall where they will. This is the kind of energy you're dealing with. Some of you globe-trotting types. Also, some of you may be going back. She's got something to do with learning as well. So some of you may be going back to school or maybe making a decision to go back to school. But the bigger thing right now, the bigger energy right now is about looking at the choices you have in front of you and being able to make decisions based off of the options that you currently have. Let me get these cards down here. I shuffled these already and I cut these. So from the bottom of this deck, overall energy is authority and material harvest from the back end. So for the first week, deception and envy. Always love to see that card. Prosperity begins. Solitude, second week. Partnerships and alliances. The crown chakra or the I know. Transformation, of course, that was going to pop up. Third week. Memories of love. Most of you are going to be shutting down old stuff as far as love is concerned. That's the universe card. There it is, very clearly. And moving on. For the fourth week, suffering in silence. Love begins. New beginnings. Okay. So, yeah, this is about looking at the options in front of you and being able to make some kind of decision. Same thing. This is your overall energy. This is the front end of it, sitting on top of the authority card. So this is telling me that you are, you choose. What is it that you want to do? And this is in your overall energy. And so, as I was saying when I was putting the cards down, when I was shuffling actually, it's about making decisions. The options that you have in front of you. Material harvest. Who's the Empress? Interesting. 2 major energies on top of each other. That's crazy. Okay, let's see what we got. Deception and envy pulls the 6 of coins. Prosperity begins pulls the 7 of swords. Solitude pulls the hangman. Partnerships and alliances pulls the 4 of cups. The crown chakra pulls the tower. Transformation pulls the princess of coins. Memories of love pulls the ace of coins. Universe pulls the 6 of wands. Moving on pulls the 8 of coin. Suffering in silence pulls the king of cups. Love begins pulls the knight of coin. And new beginnings pulls the high priestess. Okay. Well, Taurus, darlings, this is overall. This is where a lot of you are right now. A lot of you are beginning to just stand up in your own truth, however that's resonating. And you're beginning to, for many of you, it's not going to resonate with everybody. As Grandmama says, eat the fish, leave the bones. For those of you that this is resonating with, you are now becoming the authority on what for all the changes you got going on, what direction you want to go in. And so this is up in your overall energy, and it's a major card, so I'm just blown away. This is what the month of February is going to be about. Figuring out that it's you and your shit and where and what direction you want you and your shit to go without any outside input. I like that. back end of your overall energy and what's really holding you down. A lot of you are focusing on work. A lot of you are focusing on new endeavors, whether that's changing jobs or starting something of your own, a business. Those of you that are entrepreneurial in spirit, this is right here. And with the Empress sitting on top of it, another major card. Yeah, we trying to be about our business. And a lot of us are coming into our own confidence. We went through so much last year. One of the benefits of going through years like 2019 is that when you are able to get to the end of whatever it is and look back and say, damn, went through a lot last year, there's a level of self-esteem that just oozes from you. I know that sounds crazy, but it really is the truth. It really oozes from you because you've proven pretty much to yourself, if to no one else, that you can roll through tough shit and keep going. And that's a lot to be proud of, and not in an egotistical, proud kind of way, but proud of yourself, of your personal achievement. Something akin to running a marathon, if you will. And you finally get to the end, even if you don't win, even if you don't place, you still have the knowledge of knowing that you finished it. Started it, you finished it. And so this is kind of your overall energy. And that confidence pushes this. So the Empress really pushes this card. She's 3, he's 4. I'm just saying. See the 4 down there? That self-esteem, that confidence, that I value myself shit pushes this. This is the next card, right? 3 and 4. It's right there. So that don't think that the Empress is not pushing him, which in turn is helping you figure out what direction you want to go. Many of you may have a lot of opportunities just kind of pouring out of a hat right now. You're going, I don't know, what the fuck? Take your time. Next month, during the month of February, when it comes to making those kinds of decisions, understand this is all about you. Taking your shit back, your power, your time, you, Taurus. So this reading is not going to resonate with everybody because a lot of you are at different places with this Uranus transit. If you are closer to the end of the sign, so born after May 16th, 17th, 15th, somewhere in there, if you're born after that point, getting into the last 10 or so days of, and not even 10, because I think the 21st, the 20th or the 21st of May goes into Gemini. So really the last handful of days. If you're there, a lot of you may not be going through some of this yet because you have other processes you need to finish up maybe from last year, or you just aren't here yet. Just because of time and circumstance, you just aren't here yet. But know if you aren't here, it's coming. And you're going to have a lot of choices. Even my butt got choices all of a sudden. I'm kind of going like, what the hell? Where are these? What? Wow. Okay. But it's that kind of energy. When we get to the first week of February, deception and envy with the 6 of coins sitting on top. Watch your money. I just right in your face. Watch your money. For many of you that are oozing all this beautiful, sexy self-confidence, you got haters out there because they ain't oozing shit. I'm just putting it where it is. A lot of people, I'm beginning to notice, and I don't know that I'm doing anything, but people are noticing, and they're like, oh, yeah. But, you know, you can kind of hear the murmurs as you're walking away. I don't know, wish I was looking like her. That kind of energy. Be careful. Everybody that's smiling in your face, everybody acting like they want to be a part of your crew, ain't really about shit. So if you are coming in contact, which many of you may be, with new people, new contacts, new connections, follow that intuition. If something in your stomach, the hair on the back of your neck, your eyes start crossing, you getting around people that are newer, be careful, become a little guarded. I know this is a resource card, just giving it away. Just be generous. Yeah, sitting on top of this though, no, just be mindful, especially if people are coming to you, asking you if they can borrow. and these are people that you don't have any history with or that you don't know well, you may want to sidestep that. However, that's resonating with you. Moving on in the first week, prosperity begins with the Seven of Swords on top. It's the same energy, but this is coming more from the intellectual side. Many of you may have some intellectual property, that you're dealing with. Could be videos, could be books, could be processes, curriculums, any of that kind of stuff. That's good stuff, and it's going to help you become prosperous. But you have to be mindful of the people that you are around and who you are sharing your knowledge with. This is air, intellect. You need to be careful who you're sharing that with. This is happening. The prosperity begins part is happening. But it's this part right here that's kind of just like a flip-flop of this. That deception and envy, except with the bottom on this being the prosperity begins, but you got this on top. You might have people just blatantly trying to steal your shit. So for those of you that have intellectual property, books, even if it's just some poetry that you've written, I don't know who that's resonating with, songs, any of that kind of stuff, be careful until you have all the trademarks, copyrights, and locks and guards on it that you need to have on it to keep anybody from just naturally snatching it out from under your face. And this is not things that may be so public. So like, for example, this YouTube channel is very public. So yes, it's not to say people don't steal shit off of here. I'm sure everybody that sees any part of YouTube is trying to grab something here and get a piece there. Not like that. This may be for some of you that might be writing a book and somebody gets wind of the topic and they may just run with your shit, and next thing you know they got a book with a similar topic. Bad example, but you get where I'm coming from. Just be careful. Know that you're gonna get this. The prosperity is beginning, but it feels like February is the month for the hater crew. We get to the end of the first week, solitude with the hangman sitting on top. It may take, and this is your third major card, and we just in the first week of the month. It may take some of you having to pull back and spend some time on your own, doing some study, some research, so you can get a change of perspective just on life in general. For many of you, not any one thing in particular, but just kind of changing your perspective on where you are. Maybe some of you may be feeling like you're not where you want to be, and right now just where you are sucks. And so you may need to take some time during the month of February, especially during the first week, to set aside time to maybe journal. Think about if you made New Year's resolutions, where you are with those resolutions. Are you making any progress? Did you lose your resolution the second day of the year, the second week, or are you still working towards any long-term year-end goals for yourself? Take the time for yourself. Collect your thoughts, get them organized, and that will help with the change of perspective. And it may even be the change of perspective in terms of what you need to do for the year. You may need to change how you're looking at that whole situation. Get into the second week with partnerships and alliances and the Four of Cups. A lot of you are looking, I guess that's a good way to say, relationships. Be careful that the people that you may be looking at aren't looking at someone else. Partnerships and alliances. Not a real heavy duty energy, but energy nonetheless. So those of you that may be embarking on new partnerships, make sure they're into you and they're not just paying you lip service about being into you. I'm just saying that look at discontent and boredom, if you will. You got all this stuff here, but you daydreaming about somebody else. I'm just saying. Same kind of energy. You may meet up with somebody and they may be on a rebound and they're still in love with someone else, and they may not be forthcoming with that information. Just be mindful overall of all the partnerships and alliances that you're in, including family relationships. I don't know, February just feels like it's going to be just one of them months where just strange, weird shit happens, because people aren't really happy with where they are in their own situation. With the Tower, 1, 2, 3, this is your 4th major card, and we're just in the 2nd week of the month. With the Tower and the Crown Chakra, I know going to be some shakeup in what you know, and actually the things that you know, even about people, going to come for a shakeup. You'll get some what am I going to say? Get some shit shook out. There you go. And that's exactly the energy. Shit shaking out. Things that you think you knew well, people that you thought you knew well, they're going to shake some shit up. And this is the universe's way of kind of showing you who's on your team and who's not on your team. And again, kind of running with this theme of being kind of guarded and keeping your cards close to your vest. As I'm saying, things that you know about other people, shakeup is coming. This is one of those towers, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, this is really helping to clarify who's with you on your path and who is not. This is one of those towers that's going to have less to do with you directly and more to do with those around you, but it will affect your relationships with those people. So in an indirect way, you are going to feel this. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, Taurus. And just be mindful of people that are trying to get in your inner circle. I know a lot of you were in a transitional phase where you kind of leaving one group of friends and getting into another group of friends, another group to hang out with. And for a variety of reasons, people over here may be getting married, having babies, other people acting silly. There's a hint of betrayal and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And it's just time to leave that group. Be mindful of those that you don't know at this point, because again, everybody that is smiling in your face and acting like they want to be your friend ain't your friend. And then we just get right to it. Transformation. Within this transformation, you do not want to give away too much. You don't want to throw all your coins up in the air. Play your cards close to the vest next month, Taurus. And just know also we're going to have a Mercury retrograde. I think this starts here in the next 6 or 7 days. So today is the 27th. Somewhere in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't looked at it because I've been reading a bunch of other stuff about other stuff, so I haven't had a chance to read my weekly forecast stuff. But this transformation, there's a lot going on with a lot of you, and it may be in more than one area of your life. So be careful of the tendency to want to talk too much, tell too much, and people that don't really need to know. Be mindful of that energy. As you get into the 3rd week of the month, memories of love with the Ace of Coins, many of you are going to begin the process of walking away and shutting the door permanently on some relationships. And for some of you, this is going to be a painful thing because, you know, you've tried to give certain people the benefit of the doubt. You've tried to give them time to work on themselves. You've tried to just give them time. And time is up. Because in order to get anything new planted in the soil, you got to till the ground and get all the gunk and stuff up. There's that memories of love. So just know you may see new people around you. As far as romantically, make sure you shut the door on whatever you need to shut the door on first, so you're not schlepping it around with the new plant. Just saying. Next to that is saying the same thing. In order to reach your higher goals, the universe card in its truest meaning, closure. Done, finished. Trying to reach those higher goals, though, you're going to have to embrace the knowledge of the universe. Close the door on some things because you are knowledgeable now. You know things now. Some of you, as this is relating to a relationship, you may have recently found some things out. And maybe not so much from a cheating aspect or somebody was just doing you wrong, but you may know things now about the person you're interested in or were interested in and going, wow, You got a lot of issues, buddy. Hey, yeah, you know what? It was good while it lasted. Bye-bye. That kind of energy right there. Some of you may be seeing maybe a less glamorous side of the person that you're interested in, and you may see some of the cracks and the flaws and going, oh, I didn't know you like that. Never mind. That kind of energy. But in order to get to the next level and start achieving higher goals, you're going to have to deal with the knowledge and close the door on some shit, period. At the end of this, moving on, what the hell are we saying? And this is not, okay, I'm going to think about moving. This is moving on. Boom, mic drop, gone. Move on. There's no more time. Things are going to start coming at you fast, hot, and heavy. There's no more time to dwell in the twilight between the dark and the day. It is time to get your butt out into the sun and not worry about if you have what it takes. It's about the repetition and the skill of doing something. But for this reading and where it is, it's about just doing it and not worrying about whether or not you know how to. I don't know if I can fall in love with somebody. You just do it. Go. Bye. But, and the energy feels like it will be as such that it'll be easier at this point as you get towards the end of February to start moving on past things. For a lot of you, it's just going to be a matter of the situation just timed out on itself. You ever seen a computer? You try and load a page, and it's just, the little thing is just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and eventually a little dialogue box will pop up and say, "Here's an error. Your whatever page timed out." You're gonna get to this feeling, and a lot of you just gonna move on because it's like, damn, why am I even having this conversation? This is really old and stale. That kind of energy. Don't worry about whether or not you have what it takes to do something new, or about having what it takes to move on. You certainly do. Just do it. Just do it. When we get to the last week of the month, and this is all tied in, it's a better month, I want to say, than this month, just because of the nature of things that, and the nature of opportunities that will present themselves to you, whether you're looking for a job, looking for a house, looking for a man, looking for a woman, whatever. It's better energy, but there's still going to be these little potholes in the road as you go along. And a lot of you are going to be suffering in silence. We're going to come right back to this one. You know something now, and for some of you it might just be a fucking pity party because you're like, oh, the poor soul, I don't like you anymore, but geez, let me light a candle and say a prayer for you. It's that kind of energy. And so when you get to the last week of the month, the temptation may be to overchill, overdrink, overdo, and be mindful you're going to be in a Mercury retrograde period. So there may be some other things that may come up out of the blue, out of the past, and trigger a whole lot of emotional shit for you. Just be mindful of this. Do not get like the King of Cups and get in your cups and stay in your cups. It's okay to knock one back, but okay, let's not turn this into a nightly event. It doesn't need to be like that. You don't need to stay in the energy that long for you to have to feel like you need to drink every night. Unless you just want to drink because you want to drink. But it shouldn't be emotional drinking. You don't want to get stuck here. And this is how a lot of people get stuck, because you got so many things coming at you. Watch your money, change your perspective, watch your intellectual property. But prosperity is beginning. I'm the boss. Here's the emperor. Stick your finger out the window. See which way the wind is blowing. The empress, I have self-esteem. And here's my material harvest. You're still suffering in silence, because some of this is hurt. It's painful that you have to move on, and this is just life. It's just like a rolling stone. It's going to keep going whether you like it or not. And so don't spend a lot of time suffering in silence and drinking up all liquor in the house. I'm just saying. A little further into that last week, as surely as we sit up here talking about the end of something, here's the beginning of something else. And for a lot of you, this is going to be a real tangible real solid, knock down, drag out, real long-term relationship. It may blow you the fuck away because it might not be who you expect. Once again, changing your perspective on what you know, who you know, how you know. Just changing your damn perspective all the way around. And it becomes less of a thing. And this is about dedication. I wrote that down there in the corner in chicken scratch, but that's exactly what it is about. Dedication. Oh. See, and meeting somebody that's dedicated to you, Taurus, dear. But we come right back here. You don't want to get stuck here because you, not that you would miss it, but it's like, you know prom is coming and you ain't bought no dress yet. And prom is like 2 weeks away. Or you don't have the shoes you need yet. Or you can't find the handbag. Or better yet, you're getting married. And the wedding is like in May and you still don't have your dress. Yeah. Fucking around with this little energy right here can set you up just for that kind of shit. And you will look up and be like, oh damn, only got a week to study for the exam. It's right there. But for you romance fanatics, there it is. And the dedication, it's not just you, Taurus. You're going to receive some dedication for a change. Many of you have just struggled and given your all at the mall to some jackass, and they didn't reciprocate. Here's your reciprocation at 100%. I'm just saying. At the end of the month, there it is. And about manifesting what you've manifested and all the abundance that brings with it. Now, the crazy lady in the pink right here can sometimes get a little possessive and manipulative. And that's what this is the energy that you're trying to avoid. You don't want to get manipulative trying to control a situation. If you feel like you need to be in control of a romantic situation in particular that bad, you probably need to just start over. Any kind of relationship that's triggering you into feeling like you need to manipulate something. No, that's not going to be a good long-term thing because you shouldn't be feeling that way going in. Understand that by the time you get to the end of February, you most certainly will be in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde phase. So make sure your communications, particularly where love is concerned, make sure that it's clear. This is also singing back to me about jobs. Don't try to manipulate anything. Don't try to twist anything. Just let the shit flow. Let it happen the way it's going to happen. Tendency will be to kind of hem yourself up if you start trying to move too fast or get too controlling too soon. I'm just saying. That's not a good look and probably won't come with the best outcome. So just be mindful of that. Let's see. We're going to do oracle cards. Do all kind of oracle cards. Shit, fuck it. Got enough of them. We'll just do all of them. There you go. So these are the ones that I did over the weekend. And actually, these suckers were. I did a reading yesterday and I was like, wow. So we'll see. And I got the original RebelDeck over here. Let's see what we got. Go hang with your friends. But up here, I think we were talking about, especially going into new relationships. Just be mindful. You should, whoever these people are, whoever your friends are, you should go hang with them, but just be mindful. If they're new people that are entering your experience, be cautious for a minute until you see what they're about. Don't just jump in both feet first. If it looks like a duck, y'all know the rest of this. If it quacks like a duck, well then damn it, it's a duck. those of you that are in the final throes of a relationship, probably where the closure's coming in, you may have seen something, and it might not be a whole of a situation. It might be a little piece of a situation that you saw, spark or something. However this is resonating. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So however that's resonating with you, or wherever it's resonating with you, show some gratitude. Show some gratitude. Be thankful for every part of your experience, no matter how difficult. And I know I'm probably the last person that needs to be sitting up saying that to anybody, because I'll be the first one to stretch out on the floor and cry like I was too. But be grateful. Be grateful, and remember there's always somebody that's got it way worse than you do. Let's see what the Rebel cards got for the month of February. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Don't just use it for dumb shit. Put out. That's this up here. That authority. You are amazing and you are wonderful. The Empress. Wonderful. Amazing. Wonderful. You. That's what that is. Don't waste what you've been given on a bunch of baloney. Don't do it. And bullshit. And people making false promises and not keeping and ghosting it. Y'all know what I'm saying. Don't waste your energy. There may be some hangover from last year. Now they're trying to show back up for Valentine. No. No and no. Just saying. You are giving away your power. Didn't we just talk about that? You are a badass. Act like it. This right here. Giving away too much. Don't give up your power. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not necessary. Anybody trying to take your power is only able to do so because you allow them to do it. I'm just saying. Don't. And particularly where your time is concerned, there's a lot of time sucks popping up lately. People that want to get on the phone and just jaw jack about nothing and talk about the same old bullshit about work. You don't have time for that, Taurus. You don't. If you do everything that you want to do, and if you get a half accomplished of what you're being asked to do, you ain't got time. You don't. I'm just saying. That project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. I think I just said something akin to that, didn't I? Don't waste your talent on dumb shit. Whatever it is that you're trying to do is probably a really great and wonderful thing. Get busy. Get busy. Don't, what you sitting there looking at me for? Get busy. Do it. And if you don't succeed, and this is coming from somebody that has many failures, more probably than I care to talk about, especially romantically. Just forget it. That I just get a whole F in that whole department. Keep going. Because you learn something every time you fuck up. And you probably learn more when you fuck up than you do when just stuff just ends or stops. You know, the job just decides they're moving to Indiana and they're not offering you anything. You're not really learning anything from that. I'm just saying. Get after this shit, Taurus. Whatever it is, whatever your dreams are, whatever you're trying to go after. You want to go and get your associate's degree, go get it. You want to go get your doctoral degree, go get it, by all means. You want to go to pharmacy school, find out what you need to do to get in there. And do it. And quit making the bullshit ass excuses about why it can't get done. Sound check. Listen to people listen to what people are saying. Listen to what people are saying, particularly new folks that are coming into your experience. A lot of times, people will tell us who they are right up front, but we so blocked up on dumb shit, I'm just saying, that we don't actually hear what we need to hear. So listen to what new people in particular are saying to you, because you'll catch the lie and the glitch if you're listening. If you are listening. Take your time going through next month. Just take your time trying to piddle through the energy. I know it's difficult and boring and some other shit, but take your time. It will pay off on the back end. I promise it will. And particularly because you have Mercury retrograde, if anything that you're doing, I would not rush. I just would. I don't care what anybody's telling you about time and why you need to do something. Take your time, Taurus. Just do it. Just do it. One more, and we're going back to the same thing. Message is pretty clear. Vibe check. Following that intuition. Again, new people in your posse. You can crack your face up. But if your stomach starts doing flip-flops for no reason, and you ain't had no pancakes and no eggs, and say whatever you need to say, not necessarily to the person that you're not vibing with or that's giving you a funky vibe, but talk to your friends, and find out if there are people in your existence now, in your experience, that are beginning to hang out with you. Ask questions. You'd be surprised at what you learn and what people will tell you if you ask them. I'm going to leave you here, Taurus. I love you. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, a good month of February, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.